Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Shane and I are back for another recap of Survivor 49 with us from Survivor 48, Star Toomey. Star, welcome to the Tribe of Nerds.
What's going on, y'all? I'm so glad to be here so we could talk all things Survivor and all the good things that has to get through this Survivor 49 season that we got to work with.
100%. I'm so excited to have you here, Star. So before we get into it, what have you been up to since being on the show last season?
Well, just I feel like everything's all mixed together in one. It's like nothing but Survivor, and then it's like regular life. So it's like putting all of that together and juggling all in, taking care of Silver Mars, hanging with my wife, hanging with myself, kicking it with my Survivor people, hanging with the Survivor fam, talking with y'all. Like it's a whole lot all in one, but I'm just glad to be here, glad to be chopping it up, and I can't wait. I'm excited to get into this episode. This was very, very interesting. It definitely gave me a little smile or a chuckle.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to talk about this with you. So let's get into it. So what were your guys' impressions of this episode?
I was gonna say, do you want to go first?
Sure, I can start. I mean, there were a few moments I liked. Rizzo with the flippers. He's just I don't know. Cute. For me, he's such an endearing character. Like, I don't know that I've ever felt the way I feel about a character on Survivor. Like, I can't put it into words, but he like embodies what us as fans have. So I love that. He just seems very genuine. And then other impression is end of the episode. I got a little like Stacey Powell flashbacks when Shannon or Sage refused the hug. Reminds me when Stacey refused the hug from Coach way back when.
Yeah, so good. Star?
Well, I feel like I definitely agree, Shane. I think Rizzo adds a good like entertainment to the Survivor aspect of things. Definitely when you're bored on an island and you need a laugh, need a chuckle. I feel like that's the guy that's gonna do that for you. So I definitely see that he does know how to make his role around regardless. But in his luck, the tribe swaps, he's been kind of like with the same folks, so that's good for them. And so they're already just building more of a bond, and so I think that adds to the tribe morale. So I agree with that. And I would say like off and off, it was definitely something here. Like it was something there. And of course, I wish we could elaborate a little bit more before getting Shannon off. Not to say any spoilers, but if you haven't watched it yet, then you might as well hear it here. But like I'm rooting for my girl Sage. Like she definitely had me in this episode. Like I definitely liked how she was like she played her game perfectly. You know what I'm saying? She maneuvered, she played her part, and she definitely added all the facial expressions we needed in order to, get through the episode. Like if anything, they brought the drama, they brought the tea, they brought what we needed. And of course, my girl Christina with the pass out. Like glad she's okay because once again, I get her. It's hot. It's hot in Phoenix. I feel you. But once again, it's hot in Africa. It was hot all over. So you got to throw that water on, get up and let's go. But I'm glad she's okay because nobody's trying to get medevac. My guy Jake already got medevac.
Yeah. Was the heat really bad out there in last season, or is this like a whole new, like it seems like it's draining them more than I've ever seen it, at least recently.
I feel like because they haven't really, I feel like I would say once again back to my girl Sophie E, the only one Sophie, the new Sophie. She's right. Like they haven't really eaten. Like they haven't really eaten, and even the light coconuts and stuff that we're seeing them eat, it's like it's so much more work to even cut a coconut to let alone eat it. And from what I've seen, is more mainly like a few, only like the Keller tribe has really eaten the coconuts and shared it from, everybody else kind of raw dogging it right now, holding it together, just, living on air. But so I can see it, and the heat doesn't make it any better. So it is hot. It is hot, I would say. But like, I really think she probably was overwhelmed and there was so much going on because that's like, what you mean another tribe swap? We just got this last tribe swap. Now we 4 pairs of 3. Like, what are we talking about right now? So yeah. So I definitely agree. It is hot. But I think it was just so much emotion going on with my girl that she just needed a second, like, to pull it all together. And I'm so glad she's okay because that's a pass out that nobody wants to pass out with the sun blazing. It's already hot in Georgia, let alone Fiji's like 90 degrees all around. So crazy.
Yeah, that was scary. Shane, what are your thoughts on Christina passing out there?
Yeah, that was scary, and I hate that like we don't get much from her, and now this is like all we
get.
The first episode, like I said about Rizzo, she was also just so endearing. It gave me like Sabrina vibes too.
Facts.
She's like afraid of the outside.
Yeah.
So I really felt that, and like felt like she could be a really compelling character. And then they're like not showing us much of her. I mean, you kind of got that treatment too, because we've seen you're explosive, and then on the show, like, they didn't.
And I think that's the thing that's too, but maybe once again we got to see how much they're leading us in. We know now, like she's been pretty much, we're like 6 episodes. She's been 6 for 0 with the no tribal and no voter. Like she's been eating, so like that means she's lasting long, depending on what happens next. Because I will say that I hope that, like, you know how like they give us a tidbit, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be something, and then it's like, oh, okay, but this next episode looks like it's gonna be something real interesting. Like it definitely gave me like, oh, is this what we've been waiting for? So let's see, because it's been really chill. Nothing, the season's been good. It's been really, we just been passing off. Nothing too crazy happened. Nothing too, oh my god, minus the snake bite. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then of course this episode here with Sage and Shannon, but even then, like we know Survivor can bring the fire and the heat and the chaos. So the true, real. So hopefully this next episode we see that. But like I said, I was loving the Sage, Shannon, tit for tat drama. It was so definitely given. And I too remember being in my mom's womb. Like I feel her. Like Shannon, like she keeps hitting us with all these like facts. I feel Sage like it's her. She's the entertainment on her tribe. Like they have like if Yuli has Riz, but are they on the Kellett or they have Shannon? Like it's all day facts, entertainment. You get some drama. You might cry with her. You're gonna laugh with her. You're gonna hear a story. Like she's giving you everything that she can give. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna talk to you to actually try to get you on her alliance. Like make you feel good, hold your hand, hug you. Like I don't know if she's walking you to your funeral, or if she's like trying to walk you to your birthday party. Like I don't know, it's a surprise that you're waiting for, but like she definitely is doing it. And you know what I'm saying? It was sad to see her go, because like I said, I was loving the fakeness between her and Shannon. But the interesting thing is, it's like, I don't know, we're watching them. Is it genuine? Is it somehow Shannon's being genuine? Or is it because she's right? Sage is right. She was saying her name in the beginning. So it's like, what are we doing right now, girl? And even the hug in the end, give you a handshake.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about that. We'll get to that in a bit, but I did want to talk about bringing up the second swap to 3 tribes. So we go from 2 back to 3. I like that it's at least something different than what we've gotten for 8 seasons before this of just the earn the merge. But yeah, 3 tribes of 4 is just tiny, like way too small.
It's personal, like it's real personal. Like we're already here sitting us 3, so one more extra person is like we're like at this point at a dinner table. So like if you leave, we see you. If one person gets up and I say, hey, I want to talk to you, 2 other people are gonna say, what are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? At least when it's a group of 6, you kind of can get lost in the sauce. 4 people, like Jeff said, you can't hide. There's nowhere to hide. You're right here. We're all looking at each other. You get up, I'm watching you get up. You sit down, I'm watching you sit down. You talk, I'm reading your lips. So what's going on here? I don't know. It's crazy. But I will say once again though, everybody I see on Twitter, they all crying still for the two tribe battle. I don't know. We might see it if they're already bringing tribe swaps and different, or we might get a 2 tribe swap challenge. Maybe we'll see. But if not, then we'll just keep our fingers crossed for the future that they switch it up again on us like they did on this season.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Do we think they planned this, or like because of Jake's medevac they pivoted? Because I mean, recently, like on Fire podcast, Jeff's like, "Oh yeah, we have everything planned." But a couple seasons ago on Fire, he said they can trigger a swap whenever they feel like it. So like it kind of contradicts. So I wonder if, because they're obviously a couple days ahead of the medevac, and like they had that extra challenge. So maybe they're like, oh, well, let's just swap the 3 tribes, use that challenge you're supposed to use, and then whatever we were going to use at 12 or in the merge, we'll use it as like a reward down the line or something.
Yeah, well, that would actually make sense too, because once again, I feel like they but also too, so the fact that Survivor has been on for 49 seasons, they probably already go through all the different possible A, B, C, Ds to even get to if somebody gets med back or if somebody passes out in the middle of the tribe, what are we gonna do here? So maybe like that, but also too, you're right. At any time, if somebody wake up like, hey, let's go ahead and shake it up today, that's also believable as well. And I feel like that's the beauty in Survivor of not really knowing, and then like watching, and it's like, oh wow, cool, finally, this is a surprise, and I think that's what makes it all even more exciting. In my opinion, I think, but once again, when you listen to that on the podcast, on the Fire podcast, that also like you do hear more tidbits and hear more things from the behind the scenes, like they like to say. But I feel like we've been way behind the scenes this season with all the the medical scares, like especially compared to all the other ones in the new era.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, with the whole Jake situation, for sure.
But yeah, like regardless of why they did it, I do like that they changed things up, because the past 8 seasons, it's been like the same thing every time. We know what to expect. So it's a little nice to see, and it's like next week is probably like a normal merge, but we'll probably talk about that later.
Yeah, because it's a lot going on. Even then too, for my girl MC, like I don't even know like if she's gonna even be able to get this idol or get the rest of the clue to this BRA advantage, because there's so many changes going on, so many tribe swaps, like all the people who she was rocking with, now she's kind of lone soldier right now, trying to struggle and straggle along the lines to see what's going on. And being the odd man out in a group that's already solid, especially a trio, it's like Sophie said, you don't want to be on the bottom of already complete alliance. Like that already makes you roadkill, basically. Like you're just sitting here ready for the next shoe to drop. Once again, I feel like if Shannon wasn't really doing all that she was doing, of course the easy vote would have possibly been Juwan, or even then Steven, or Steve. What's his name? Steve.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah. But because Shannon was doing what she was doing, the logical answer is, girl, we got to get you going because you said my name. Sage already don't rock with you. Steve is just trying to make it work and stay another day. So let's go ahead and get you out. But that goes back to being too confident in the game. You can't be too confident, but you also can't like not really know what's going on. Because I'm like, Juwan, he's like, oh yeah, this vote is me and Sage. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's all Sage. It's all Sage.
Yeah. So we do get the reward challenge. This is like they have the weighted cart and they have to toss the discs and hit like the little bottle things off for brownies and grilled cheese. So Rizzo wins it for Hina, and then Uli wins it. Nate comes from behind because Steven ends up falling behind on that. So that happens. So Sophie B finally gets to eat after.
Finally, I was so happy for my girl. I was like, this is what we've been waiting for. Like, she don't want them fruits. Like, I feel her. This is what she wants. Like, give me the bread, give me the carbs, give me the cheese, give me the dairy so I can fill up. Like, I was happy. That right there, because I know how it feels when you're losing and it seems like the game is not there, and then all of a sudden something changes. It only takes one time, and that's what I love about the games of Survivor. Like, it only takes one time. The team that's winning could be losing, and then the team that's losing could be winning. And in their favor, it worked out. Yeah, they didn't get the brownies, but shoot, you got some grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is good to me.
Yeah, I like grilled cheese as well.
Yes.
Star, I don't remember, on your season, did you win any reward challenges like that?
Oh yeah, we were eating. I was eating good. I always say I was eating really good in the beginning. And things just fell a little off at the end. Some folks just don't stop picking you here and there and want you to be hungry. But we had the croissants, we had the fruit. Our fruit was a little bit more good eating compared to. So I feel that she saw the way our fruit was looking, she probably would have been like, oh yeah, really want this. But I feel her. Sometimes fruit just doesn't suffice. But for me, it sufficed. So definitely had the fruit, and we had coffee. Smooth. Ooh, it was a good time. And then of course the merge feast. That was my last and final meal that I remember outside of coconut. No,
right.
Nothing against the coconut, but it doesn't compare.
Yeah.
So when you get these rewards, like, are you just so hungry that even if you don't
yes.
like it, you're gonna eat it anyway? Because for me, like, I'm so picky. I don't really like cheese or grilled cheese, but I'm like, if I were out there, would I eat it anyway?
Oh,
Like,
trust me, you would eat it. Like, I think the only time you wouldn't eat it and feel so like terrible is if you're allergic. And once again, in Liz Wilcox's case, she like, we saw her like the one thing that she was ready to get her munch on and demolish, and she's almost there and she's waiting for somebody, and then what happens? They take it right from under her. So like, I promise you, if you had the chance to eat and you haven't eaten, you will eat. And it could be string beans. You'll be like, you know what? I don't even like string beans, but I'm gonna eat these string beans because you want something else other than regular well water and coconut. Like, and I mean, there's other fruits, but that's a work in itself. You got to go find it, look for it, tread lightly, and then you would eat it. Trust me.
Yeah. So let's get into what's going on the tribes. So Uli, we have Nate ends up bending the truth a little bit. So he tells the truth about what happened with Matt, and then he decides to lie, being like, I was actually trying to work with Jason and it just didn't work out, which ends up making Nate more of a target. I mean, how do you guys feel about Nate's strategy here?
See, the thing is, I feel like when you tell a lie like that, it has to come out in all the best ways. Nate didn't think like everyone's watching. He ain't up. You'll be like, we're all watching how y'all interact. We're all watching how y'all go around the energy of the tribe. You'll know when the people not rocking with each other. You can feel the energy. But when a group is solid, you also feel that. And to tell a lie like that, he was better off just saying, yeah, we're cool. I like him, but this is my tribe now. I want y'all to know we locked in versus, oh yeah, I was rooting for Jason. Well, we know you all rocking with Jason.
Right.
We could see that from here. Yeah, Jason, because he was gone the next day. If he was rocking with Jason would still be here.
Right, exactly. So,
and then they're the only tribe too that hasn't voted anybody out per se. They're so lock solid. They've been pretty much tribe swapped with somebody from the other tribe. At this point, Nate is the only one for the first time, minus Shannon, but they don't really count because they was never really in the group anyway. But Nate's the only one who's kind of like away from his crew, versus Riz and Savannah, who's rocking and side by side. They're pretty much a dynamic duo right now as they continue and go into the merge. If they decided to work together, who knows?
Yeah, I think you got to be honest, which is not what Nate was doing.
Not at all.
I mean, I do appreciate at least that Nate was like actively trying to play the game strategically.
Yeah.
It seems, I mean, maybe I'm just not actively watching the season close enough, but it seems like most people are kind of just going with the flow. Like there's not crazy strategic play yet. I mean, Jeff has said it picks up. We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. I agree. Oh, now that I agree with, because we saw him. He's like, I don't know none of these words, cinema, fire, but I rock with it. Yeah, whatever y'all say. And he's nodding his head, and he's doing his part. And so now I see like he knows the people, the crew but that's actually a compliment. He sees that the people that he's with are possible schemers and strategists too. He's like, I can kind of play the game here. This is not a kumbaya. This is a let's read the room. So he's trying to, pretty much talk their language the best way he know how. The only difference is these girls are gamers. Sophie with an E, my girl's like, yeah, man, I already peeped that lie. By the time it came out your mouth, I could smell it. I could smell the lie. And then she's like, like from the last episode, she's like, there's still a lot of time on this clock. It's given Nate don't want me to find anything, and it's like he's kind of like he's definitely showing his hand, but he's trying to play the game, and you have to respect it. You have to respect it.
100%.
Yeah, especially because he has, I mean, from my perspective, he has a bit of an uphill battle because, he's older than everyone else, but also he's from this completely different lifestyle, being like a major movie producer in Hollywood. Where, like, these other people, like Rizzo, just seems like someone like us. Like, he's just
just living his life, and he's just like here, and it's like not saying he has to like because I'm sure he's a cool person. But the thing is, I'm sitting here as I'm listening to Jawan talk Marvel. I'm like, I have not heard Nate say anything Marvel related or actually get into it like that or even battle against it. So he's really doing his part. Like, he's actually playing really, really smooth when it comes to somebody who, once again, is like a White Lotus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing hard. And I think it's the best way he knows how in an environment that he's definitely not comfortable being in.
Right. And then we have Sophie S and Alex. They plan against Christina after Christina says, "Oh yeah, Sophie, you should be the decoy for Nate." You never want to hear your name come up as the decoy vote.
Not at all. Not at all. It's never. First of all, it doesn't even matter if this is like a joke or a kiki. You never want to hear your name because that means even if we're joking right now my name is at the front of your head. Right. So that means the next one you're going to immediately say, hey, we should do this again. And the next time it's going to be me for real. So I feel, Sophie, let's not even play like that. How about we say you tell him that you feel like you're on the bottom. Tell him that and see what he does. Why do I have to be the scapegoat? I'll do it, but just know we've already been here before, and you said my name the first time. And so now you're telling me it's the key. So was it a key then, or is it a key now? I feel her. I respect it, but I also respect Christina because she's like, girl, I'm not going to say my name. So I can say your name, and I'm telling you I'm going to say your name. It's a joke.
Yeah, for sure. Shane?
I feel like being on season 49, and especially knowing that they're casting pretty much only super fans now, why are people still making this mistake of telling someone to their face, hey, we're going to use your name as a decoy? Like, I don't know. I feel like we're past that, and these people should know better.
Oh, Shane. Okay, so I see how you were playing the game. Okay, I see how you're moving, because that's what it's given. It's given, the blueprint has already been written. And it's like, but it's but we're doing the same thing. Okay. Ooh, clock it. Okay. So she definitely should have just kept that. You don't think she should have said anything at all? I think, or she's once again should have played like, oh, it's me. I think I'm on the bottom, because I feel like it's me. I think I'm on the bottom works. People always feel bad for the person that's on the bottom. Like, I think that usually does work 100%. Like, it worked for Camilla. She was saying it's me, I'm on the bottom. I'm like, dang, girl, I gotta get you from the bottom to the top whole time. That's not the case at all.
Yeah,
even Sophie with the eye, she's like, yeah, I was a lone puppy, we was like, everybody, I barely made it, I barely got here, and everybody's like, I just want to pick you up and take you because you've been through so much, you haven't had fire. Ooh, here's fire. And she's like, yo, well, if I go on the next try swap, I'm gonna do what I do next because I got this advantage. And she's playing the game. She could have been like, oh yeah, I found this, y'all, but no, she knows this solid duo, Riz and Savannah, that's them. It's two, okay, three, a crowd. She gotta watch her back.
Absolutely. And then we're gonna go over to, let's go to the Hina tribe. So MC goes to Rizzo and tells him that she knows about his idol because Sage told everyone about it. So I found that really interesting that MC went to Rizzo and said that. And Rizzo's just like, yeah, I thank you for telling me. Like, I thought that was a really fun interaction.
I like the way Rizzo handled himself here too, which I think is a positive sign for like how his chances in the game are, and like he's playing strong. I think
I agree. He didn't seem frazzled because somebody says, hey, I heard you have an idol, heard it from this person. You're like, oh, somebody be like, oh, where did you hear that from? Or, whoa, what's going on? Or why do you think that? But he definitely held his own, stood on business, stood on ground, like, yeah. Oh, you heard it, huh? Oh, well, I think everybody would know. But I think with the idol, unless you keep it to yourself, once one person knows, everybody knows. Like, you cannot secretly hide an idol unless you found it by yourself and nobody else. But once again, these are different times from old Survivor, new era, old era. Old era, you could find it in a tree, put it in your pocket, and nobody would know. Kind of like how Sophie found the Beware advantage. The advantage, but even then, like, that's not an idol. Do you know? Like, bring back the idols, the true idols, not the idols we gotta find and open up. Bring back the idols. We just gotta look and find it, grab it, move it, pump. Anybody has an idol? Jeff, I got it right here. All good. That's how you keep it a secret. When you do all these extra things, everybody knows.
Yeah, I think it's so impossible to keep idols a secret in the new era.
You can't.
Yeah, and I mean, you know about that because like you had it. They all found out because you kind of needed their help to solve it. And then I feel like what you did is actually good because it's like, okay, everyone knows you have it, so that puts a target on you. So I'm just going to give it away.
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore. Now we all know who has it, so there's a target on her.
Exactly. And then once again, do with that information as you may. And if folks decide not to do anything with that information, or even then too, once again, in MC's case, she doesn't have a vote. But at the same time, she can't do anything until they lose. But at the same time, they can't, if they lose, she doesn't she might not be able to find it in time. Boom, now she has a no vote. Now she gets voted out. So it puts you in that situation where you really don't know what to do because you want to keep winning, but you do want to find this advantage, but you don't want to throw the game for it and put a target on your back for that. But also too, once again, this is something that you cannot do by yourself unless you're secretive about it. And she's on a tribe of 3 against 1. There's no secrets there. And that's when the game gets complicated. I don't know. I'm rooting for her, but right now it's looking real. It's looking real rough.
Yeah, I think MC's a badass. Like I said since last week with the sandbags. Like I think she's doing pretty well for herself.
Oh yeah, I was definitely like, screw all those bullies that was talking about her. Like, my girl is ripped, fit, and ready to rumble. I'm loving it. Because they did, like, Rizzo definitely clean cuts at the challenge. But if it wasn't for MC getting those discs off of that, they wouldn't even be where they were anyway. So my girl with them arms did what she needed to do, and that's all that matters. And if she just gotta go looking for whatever, or I don't know, she just gotta figure out this next part to get her vote back. Oh. We just rooting for MC over here, y'all. We rooting for MC over here.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have the RizGod with the flippers, as we mentioned, waddling over to the water.
Somebody has to do it.
Funny scene.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that scene, like, it didn't need to be there because it doesn't add anything to the story. But I love that it was there because it tells us so much about him. Like, it makes us, like, me as a fan sitting at home, it makes me connect to him so much because he just seems so like pure and genuine and innocent there, and like even making mistakes because like he's struggling to waddle over. I'm like, why didn't you just put the flippers on when you were in the water?
Good point. That's a good point. See, I would have did the waddle too. I wouldn't even think like that. But also too, I would say, but Shane, I think so because that goes back to the entertainment on the tribe and him being who he is and what he contributes to his tribe and bringing that team morale, and once again bringing that entertainment. We see him doing what he's doing, you know, flopping with the flippers, and we see the girls, they're cracking up, they're laughing, they're kikiing, and it's like he's putting smiles on people's faces in a time where there's nothing much to do besides sit around and talk and vibe, especially when you're waiting for a challenge. Like, I think that looked like a after challenge day, and it's nothing but sun and sands. Like, what else is there to do if not laugh then scheme? And sometimes you got to put it all together.
Yeah. And then the other thing I noticed as well was kind of another advertisement for 50 on there with they call him Ozzy Jr.
Yes, Ozzy Jr. for sure. And you always have that one because I like too that Alex was a little bit more successful with his catching of the fish and his swimming of the swim. So like we definitely saw the right way and the funny way to do it. And either way it goes, you're still having fun on Survivor, doing something different. Yeah. But Ozzy would have brought back a fish, so
true.
He just had a little bit more, just a little bit more practice to do, but it's the first time, it's the first go, and we're not mad at it. Not mad at it. So go RizGod.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping he was gonna also be like, oh yeah, I could be Ozzy, I could be Rupert, and that.
Oh yes.
I did that too, and then
I loved it.
Voice, I would have loved if he did that.
Yes, because Rupert. Now that's a fisherman. That's a fisherman that will go down in Survivor history because he would take the fish, gut the fish, even cook the fish.
Yeah.
Man, a jack of all trades. That's the man, the myth, the legend.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit Kelly before the immunity challenge. So this is where Jawan connects to Hina again. He connects to Steven because he's connected to the other two men of Hina and then voted them out.
Yeah,
and he's still trying to target Steven at the beginning of this episode. But the big story here is the Sage and Shannon feud. And one of my favorite scenes is you get air kisses between Sage and Shannon, and then you go to Sage's face and she's just like throwing up.
That right there was funny. I think I had to like just run it back and see how that even started. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like, why like what's happening? And that's when it's like I'm trying to think like, is Shannon playing the game? Or once again, is this genuine? And she genuinely gives a cares for Sage in her whatever game way that her mind is telling her, because once again she's off the wall entertainment.
Yeah. Shane?
Yeah, I agree with all of that. It was just like, I feel like that feud has been like sort of a centerpiece of the season so far. So it's interesting to see like now where things gonna shift. But it was interesting listening to some of Shannon's exit press, because she's like, oh yeah, like after the game, me and Sage became really close and we're really close now.
Yeah.
But it seems like Sage didn't warn her that like, hey, I made faces behind your back and all this stuff.
Yeah. That, I think that's the unfortunate part about it, that the reality of the TV show and all. Like, the truth is, sometimes what you see for face value isn't a fact. And that's the unfortunate, like, and I'm sure she's watching like, yo, what the girl, wait, how did I miss that? Or on the other hand, she could be like, man, she was playing the game really, really good. Like, she fooled me. Or on the other hand, Shannon was playing a part herself and she was never fooled at all. Like, it could be so many things at one time. Crazy.
But yeah, the thing that Shannon, I think, was missing is that she was like so in her head and thinking she had everything figured out. She wasn't thinking about the one thing that you should know, is that your enemies are plotting.
Every time. Like, they be kicking, they be plotting. That's why I'm trying to tell her. Like, she thought she was running the game. You cannot be too confident. If you're too confident, your enemies will be plotting. That's why I'm trying to tell you, see, Shane, She doesn't, but she wasn't thinking because she thought she was running the game. But that's the thing. I love that she puts herself on such a high pedestal of like I'm that girl. Like, she is definitely that girl, because it didn't matter what tribe she was on. She was definitely working every single person on the tribe except for Sage until it was time for her to work her. And it's like, girl, a little too late, because now we enemies. And I'm plotting.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely think, and we'll get to it at the end of the episode, but I think Shannon definitely came off as fake for me.
Ooh. I felt that
discussion. So, but let's finish with so we have the immunity challenge. So we have the tipsy net, sandbag stack. They have to build the pole, so like a classic Survivor challenge to get the key. And then the ball maze, and Hina and Uli win, so Kelly is going to tribal council, and we're gonna get Shannon targeting Jawan instead of targeting Steven. Now Jawan's on the chopping block, and Sage tells Jawan immediately, and they plot against Shannon, which gets Shannon voted out 3-1. So let's talk about kind of the plotting and everything here before we get to the final scene right after the vote out. But what are your guys' thoughts on them getting rid of Shannon here?
It's a toughie, because I'm like, well, definitely Shannon's beef with Jawan is like, I don't know, we're like, girl, you got to pick one. Like, you either focus here or you focus there. But also too, the game changing so bad. Somebody that was going out before is definitely back again and could not, and now they're your best friend. So that's the tough part about it. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like Jawan, like, he was in his head during that challenge. I feel like they were close. I feel like they were really close and they just fell short. And it's unfortunate, because sometimes you just think you're almost there and then you don't make it. But he's been 2-0 in tribal. He's almost been home, like, because I almost thought he was gonna go home that last episode. But he didn't. Right. And unfortunately, Like I said, Shannon, I don't know what game she should have played. I feel like her hand was already dealt way before. Maybe it was dealt once the episode started and Sage was like, "Yeah, I'm on your ass." But who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Shane, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I almost wonder, like, if she had not plotted immediately against Juwan and kind of was like, okay, we're voting out Steven. And is it a straightforward Shannon vote, or do we maybe get a Steven vote, or do we get a 2-2 tie? Like maybe Steven only convinces one of them to vote, like Sage to vote with him. So I wonder what would have happened if she kind of didn't come out of the gates too fast.
I think you're right. I think if she didn't and she wasn't going for Juwan would have never had any reason to, once again, go after Shannon. Like he said, I know Shannon. Like I know the devil I'm with right now, so it's cool. Yeah. She can kick it. I know how to maneuver with her, and we already know Juwan is loyal to the fault. Like, yeah, he likes you. He'll key with you. But if he already has his focus on a group of people or who he thinks that he's rocking with, he's not really going to lose focus unless somebody says his name. And as we saw, he was cool with Shannon. He was ready to rock with her. But now she's saying names. Once you say your name, you can't be trusted.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very bad misplay on her part to throw Juwan's name out at the very least. I think she definitely should have just gone for Steven at this point.
And that's the easy vote. It's unfortunate to say that Steven's the easy vote, but in the game where it's either me or you,
right?
I'm gonna push for you and say, hey, we can all just make it to the next day. We'll see what happens next. Blah blah blah. But for you, there's nobody here, nothing here. That's the easy vote. Versus now, I'm telling my alliance person that I'm working with, that I said I would work with, I'm going to the easy vote and telling him what else would he do besides go back to the guy that you just told and say, hey, she said your name. Like, but that's what happens when your head is on the high horse. You get dropped, man.
For sure.
Yeah. And I think too, now that we've seen Shannon's whole game, it makes a lot of sense after hearing who she got advice from pre-game. So she said she got Boston Rob because her parents own this bar in Boston. He worked there.
The greatest bar.
He definitely tried to play this Boston Rob type of game, and that game seems really tricky to play. Only certain people can master it, and even Rob has failed at it.
Yeah.
And
that's a fact.
Shannon obviously failed at it here, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't be too confident. And we know, but one thing we know about Boston Rob's game is he's always been a confident player, but also too, he was also willing to switch it up, and he would know when to, change up his strategy depending, but also too, once again, that was a different game, different era. But now, not saying, like I said, the blueprint is already written. It's what you're gonna do with it. It took him a couple times to win, so you gotta switch up the blueprint. That's he knows some things, but he took him a couple times, so you kind of gotta put your own flavor into his flavor and mix it all together. You just can't take his flavor all the way, because then you end up here, like Shannon.
Yeah, there's so many people that have tried that and failed. I mean, Kagion, for example, Garrett tried the same thing with the buddy system, and it did not work at all. So definitely not good for Shannon to try that as well.
Not at all. Not in her strategy. Like I said, if you're gonna run every tribe or think you're running every tribe that you're on, you kind of gotta switch it up a little bit, because now the game is getting the same. You telling everybody I want to work with you, exposing your hand to the enemy that's literally gonna call back right behind your back. I don't know. I think she just let the game get a little above and beyond, and then you can't be your friends or your closest enemies in the Survivor, man.
Yeah. Well, let's hit this last catty moment. So Shannon's going to hug everybody after she's voted out, and Sage refuses the hug and says, let's just do a handshake. I want to actually hug it out with you and talk to you, and I know you're being genuine. So this was such a funny catty moment, and I loved it. What are your guys' thoughts?
I actually I respect how much Sage stood on business. Me personally, I think I would have folded and given the hug, because that's just the Survivor spirit thing when you already know you've already won by voting somebody out. But I love the fact that she's like, yeah, girl, honestly, I've been fake enough. I can't even give you this hug right now because it's been literally making me crawl My skin crawled to even do what we've been doing for these past couple of days. So what I'm gonna do is give you this handshake, and I wish you well. That's like a you didn't get the job type of handshake. That's like a thank you for your time, but we're not calling you back. You went on a date, and instead of a hug, you got a handshake. Like diabolical. Like I'd rather you just give me a fake pump or something. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do really appreciate that Sage was like honest about it. And I think she could be because Shannon's not on the jury. If Shannon was on the jury, that's a different story. And if Sage does that, I'm like, oh, that might be bad. Like you might just have to fake it at that point.
Right.
But
that's a fact.
Shannon's going home. So it doesn't
matter. And even then too, Shannon's like, I'll see you soon. I would have been like, no, you won't, girl. Like, no, you won't, but have a safe flight. Like, ooh.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we all know it's coming anyway. Like the preview showed merge, but Shannon's exit press, I mean, she kind of spoiled it. She's like, yeah, when Sage got home, she called me right away. I'm like, so she didn't see you soon.
Ooh. Well, yeah. I mean, we can see. I don't know. It'd be tough. That'd be really tough. I'm really loving my girl Sage right now. I feel like it's like her like kind of like it was her caterpillar edits in the beginning, and now like this right here was like her breakthrough. Everybody wants that plan to vote somebody out, and it actually comes through, and you actually do it, and like you dream about it, and now it's happening, and it works successfully, and everybody did what you wanted them to do. Like I'm loving it right now. Like her villain era is happening. But I would love to see more of her. I hope that she makes it, but if not, we still have many more others to root for. True. Like we have Savannah. She's definitely maneuvering, playing. I saw the preview. It looks like she's, was going to be something going on there. MC once again, she's hustling, working hard. Christina, I just got my eyes on her because I got to make sure she don't pass out no more. And that's all right. Like, but I'm rooting for her. And Juwan and Nate, they make me feel bad because it's like I'm rooting for them. I want them here, but it's like they make it so hard because I'm like, what game are you playing? But their game is obviously working because they haven't been going yet. So we'll see. I still have my fingers crossed for them. And, yes, it's a little bit. Steve, I'm loving Steve. I'm loving Steven now. Steven is actually growing on me after this episode. I like how he was knocking the disc. Like everybody's really giving me as much as they can give me.
I agree.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think one interesting thing with Steven, so oftentimes I feel like when you have a player like Steven who's so swap screwed and then survives, everyone's like, yes, he's amazing. He just did that on his own. And like if he gets the final three, he can use that. But I don't think he had anything to do with it, actually.
No, not at all. No, I was going to say in his situation, he literally only is lucky that Sage and Shannon were beefing. Like, if Sage and Shannon were not beefing, Steven would have been out of there. But the odds worked in his favor, and that's good because I feel like if it was any other tribe, he may have been the one on the chopping block, maybe. But in this situation, he was able to kind of skirt through because it's bigger than him right now. Sage and Shannon's beef was festered so much that Sage is like, honestly, I know we could vote you out, but I got to get this girl out of here. Like, you got another night, bro, because she got to go. So I respect it. Like, he was saved by the beef.
Yeah. Because, you can probably, like, if you're Jason, you're probably looking at this and, like, why didn't I get this tribe swap?
Yeah. You're watching,
Jason had nothing he could do.
Not at all. But even then, too, Jason was an alternate, right? So, like, he, like, once again, he's like, I didn't even know these days were going to be these days. I appreciate, like, he's like, I appreciate even having the days that I did have. And that's a fact because leave it up to me. Jason's a puzzler. He would have already been gone.
All right. Well, let's get to our last couple things here.
Oh yeah.
So, favorite player of the episode, Star. Who was your MVP of the episode?
See, I feel like the answer would be Sage because once again, this was her episode. Like she did the big one, but I feel like I really feel like Sophie with the E, she had me when she was like, I want to be the only Sophie. Like it's me. Like I feel like So I feel like the queen might have to, like, we might have to split the pageant crown right quick and give it to both, because both of them was really hitting with the words. Sage with the faces and Sophie with the like ad libs. Like, it was coming together, a dynamic duo. So that's my pick. That's my pick. And then of course we have to make a trio with MC because I'm always rooting for MC.
Yeah, very good picks. Shane?
Yeah, I mean, Sage definitely had the breakout moment here, like refusing the hug, kind of putting into play the Shannon vote. Sophie with the eye, I mean, found a potentially extremely powerful advantage. So there's that.
Power, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't give it to them because it's not who's the best, it's who's your favorite. And my favorite moment of this episode goes to the man, the myth, the legend, RizGod, RizGod baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm echoing you, Shane. Like I almost wanted to give it to Sage, but I just do that flipper moment just related. I related to Rizzo so much because I would probably be like that out there. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go with Rizzo for that moment.
Love it.
Yeah. So now our last thing. Any more predictions for next week's episode, Star?
Well, we know this tribe's like, I'm not. It's this other tribe swap is coming again. Maybe, and we know we'll be getting the two. Maybe two. I know it's gonna be some drama. I'm just trying to see exactly what's next. Like, all right, we have the big ooh with Shannon and Sage. So what's next? Like, who else is gonna give us what we need to give? Because we know Jawan and Savannah, it's some underlining backhand beef there on Savannah's end, and Jawan's just like la la. I don't know, but like I think I'm just more eager to see if this episode here is going to be the climax episode that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, because Jeff said wait and the season will get really good.
Yeah.
I don't trust him, but hopefully it means things pick up.
I don't trust him.
Because yeah, he said your season was like amazing too. And Justin from your season was like, oh yeah, the producers told me that it gets really good. And then he was like, I was watching and I'm like, where is it?
Well, in Justice's case, I too would have those feelings. He didn't last as long as, I feel like when you don't make it all the way to the end, it definitely puts a sour taste, like sourdough.
Yeah. I would say my predictions for the merge next week. I found Sage's quote about voting out Shannon could end her game. So I found that interesting. I guess maybe Sage has an immediate exit as the first jury member. That could be something that happens. I think the preview is also trying to tease that people are looking at Savannah a little bit, but I think Savannah's gonna figure something out. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. She's crafty. She's definitely crafty. I feel like she plays the game well because she's talking real smooth. She doesn't have enemies. Once again, she has her enemies, but she has no enemies. So I feel like she might be able to skate by, but I hope Sage is not. I hope she's not on the line.
I hope so too. Like, I do hope Sage makes it through as well, but I'm just not sure. It's hard to tell who might be the merge boot.
Agreed. Yeah. Especially now that we're going into the jury side of things. Like, this is when it starts to matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely not Savannah because the preview wants you to think it's Savannah.
Yeah.
It's not. So it could be Sage, but it's really hard to say. And I don't know if this will happen next week or maybe later on, but I think when Sophie found the knowledge is power, she's like, oh, I know Rizzo has it, but like, so I can't steal it from him.
Right.
The only other person that's potentially going to have it's MC, and I feel like that's going to become public, and that might be who gets the knowledge is power.
I could see that.
That right there would make sense because once again, the bond that Sophie's already building with Savannah and Riz, she wouldn't want to mess that up because that could help her in the long end. Right. Once everybody gets together, we're at the merge now. They know that they're a solid. Once again, of course, 3's a crowd, but they're a solid 3 compared to the other 9-8 people that's going to be around trying to get in or break in or try to divide them. So yeah, and unfortunately, once again, kind of like Steven, but in MC's case, she really is the oddball out. Like, they're locked in. You cannot break a trio unless you tell lies. And the thing about telling the lies is it's going to catch back up with you if you're not slick with it. So yeah, she's got to watch that. I don't know. She got to watch her back. She got to watch her back, girl. Your enemy's plotting.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Star, for coming
no
on.
Problem. No, thank you. This was fun because y'all really I love how y'all made me think of like a whole different side of things that I was not thinking about. Oh, this was really good. I feel like you really fed off of each other with the telepathy. It was given like,
thank you.
Lock it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will see you all next week for more Survivor 49 on the Tribe of Nerds.
All right.